We've got KTAR legal analyst Barry Markson in for Gators today, only because we called the husband and wife law team, weren't available. Oh, okay, so here you are.
Neither one of them was available?
Neither, if you can imagine that.
Wow.
Neither was Rafi. He is booked solid.
Wow. All right.
But here you are. And it's great to have you, Barry. You are our KTAR legal analyst, but I got to take shots when I can.
I got to clean up all this blood on the floor now.
Yeah, it's going to get worse over the course of the show. Concern yourself not. Yesterday was quite a day. In the state of Arizona.
Yeah.
And that might be a bit of an understatement because the events of yesterday are going to have ripple effects and they're going to be with us for a while. Specifically, the indictments in the what we will call the fake elector scheme. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah,
is that fair?
It's fake elector scheme. It was a scheme to keep President Trump in office despite losing the election. That's what it was. You know, I'd call it a coup. It was an attempted coup. Some people don't like that terminology, but it was absolutely a scheme and a conspiracy to keep the loser in an election in office.
Right, and it wasn't just the state of Arizona. We know there were multiple states. You call them the purple states or the swing states where
the axis of evil. I know that's not right. It's one of those.
Georgia, Wisconsin, Nevada. They tried to do this in
Michigan.
Other states.
Yeah.
So we got that information yesterday, and it really does. I think because you had this is not an exaggeration. Literally, the head of the Arizona Republican Party is one of the people, who is named in this, is indicted.
And her husband.
Might as well. I mean, I don't even know what their kids are up to these days, but we might want to double check. But it does, to me, it brings up a question also. Where is today's Arizona Republican Party and where are they going? Somebody who might be able to help us. We both agree that he's one of the elder statesmen of Republicans, although I think he would disagree on the elder part.
He just called you old, Matt.
I most certainly did not. Matt Salmon joins us, former Arizona Congressman.
I'm actually feeling every bit of that, too.
You got it in your knees today? Like,
oh man, I'll tell you what. Limping.
So I don't know if you agree of what a bizarre day it was in Arizona yesterday, but I did see some comments you made. I'll credit Joe Dana that you had some concerns as well, and that this indictment. I'll let you put it in your words. How did you take it?
Well, I wasn't surprised. You look at other states that have been dealing with almost the very same issue. They've come down with indictments. I've known Chris Mays for a number of years, and my experience with her has always been pretty positive. I was actually the chairman of the Republican Party when she got elected to the State Corporation Commission, and I might add, as a Republican.
Right.
And I never found her to play off the, deal off the bottom of the deck. I felt like she was an honest broker. She always did what she believed was the right thing, and I can't say that about all politicians on either side of the aisle. I think she's somebody that takes the law very, very seriously, and so I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, it's Matt Salmon's with us, a former congressman here from the state of Arizona. And I agree. I think Chris Mays, and if you really look at what she did, this investigation was so thorough. If you read through that indictment as I did, the facts that are laid out, the evidence that's laid out.
The videos.
The videos. I mean, it's really very thorough. And, Matt, I don't know, people who are acting like they're surprised, we've been talking about this for years. These fake electors, for goodness sake, they recorded themselves committing the crime. And put it on television, on social media. I don't know what else they could have done other than call the police themselves and say, I'm about to rob the store. I've got my video camera going, but you may want to stop by.
Stop me from doing it.
It's just shocking.
What makes me really sad is that, I looked at the list of people that have been indicted, at least the ones that weren't redacted. And it makes me sad because I think of those people were probably kind of hoodwinked into a legal theory that just wasn't accurate, and it makes me sad for them. I think some of the people I'm not sad for at all. To be honest with you. The Republican Party of today. I heard your comments before I came on, but it certainly isn't the Republican Party that I joined.
Hear, hear.
I joined honestly because of Ronald Reagan. I joined when I was 18 years old, and he was the president of the United States, and I had nothing but respect and admiration for him. And it is. I don't think Ronald Reagan could get elected.
No.
And that's what makes me sad.
Yeah. No,
I'm with you on that.
It's completely become something that I don't relate with.
Matt Salmon is joining us here on KTAR. If I can ask you, because you probably know these folks better than we do, you mentioned that some of the folks might have been hoodwinked, others not. Is that really the case? I mean, I know there's correspondence, there's email between Kelly Ward and some others with the attorneys right before this happened, literally calling themselves fake electors, talking about whether what they're doing is treasonous. I know that may not have been all 11 of the fake electors. Are there some that were really in the dark?
Barry, I don't think it was all 11.
Okay.
I know a couple of those people, and I think they were probably actually pushed into it, goaded into it, whatever you want to say. Again, I haven't read everything that you've read. I'm actually in the beautiful state of Hawaii right now with my lovely wife, and I have not gotten a chance to read everything, so I don't want to comment on something I haven't read.
Fair enough.
But I will say this: the attorneys that put this thing together, they knew better.
Fair enough.
They should have known better.
Yeah.
Should have, yeah. Can I just finish up with this? And you touched on it a little bit. I'm curious as to your future. And again, where do you see the Republican Party in the state of Arizona going? Can we get back to McCain, Goldwater, Reagan Republicans, or are those days over?
I get really, really discouraged, to be honest with you, because it's not about the principles and the things that we once espoused. I was one of the founders of the Freedom Caucus, and before you go on and on about what a bunch of goofs, the fact is originally they were put together to bring some fiscal discipline, back into Washington D.C. and I was part of that. Very excited about that. And then they became nothing but a cheering squad, for the former president, who actually added $7 trillion to the federal debt, more than any other president in one term, I think, in the history of America. And they didn't nary a peep out of any of them about that. And that really discouraged me, because the fact is, when you look at right now what's happening with inflation, it's because of government spending. It really is.
Hey, Matt, let me ask you one quick question. We got to get out of here, but I was curious because back in those days with the contract with America and really wanting smaller government, you were very close with Joe Scarborough, and you guys were really there to make government smaller. Are you still friendly with him? Do you still talk to him? He's not even a Republican anymore.
Actually, yes. He texts me very frequently. And, Joe and I have differences of opinion on things, but he is a dear friend, yes.
Hear, hear. Former Congressman Salmon, sir, thank you so much for your time. We sincerely appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Enjoy Hawaii.
There you
Sorry
go.
for interrupting your vacay.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gatos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.